Hi, everyone. So today I'm going to be talking about this slushy machine. Now, this was sent to me from the seller to test out and give my honest opinion about it. So I tested it out and I wanted to talk about some of the great features this thing has. So, what I ended up trying to do was make an ice cream, and I learned some good lessons on this, which I'll tell you in just a second. But a few things this makes slushies, spiked slushies. It can make frappes if you want something like that instead of a regular coffee, and you can make ice cream, or frozen juice even. You wanna make sure that you're not putting anything solid, so you're not adding ice to this, you're not adding real, like, fruit, things like that. It has to be blended in more of a liquid form before it goes in here. When you first take this out of the box, it's pretty much set up, but you're gonna take a few pieces off, and that way, you're gonna wanna clean those first before you start using this. You're also going to put this little tray on. The actual like installation of everything took a couple of seconds, but you'll clean this and just make sure everything is clean before you put it back on. This little side hook here, you can take the drip tray and actually hang it from there if you want. So here is where you will dispense everything out, and it just comes right out super easy. I actually was kind of intimidated thinking this was going to be like a really big setup and a really big, like trying to learning curve and all that stuff, but it's actually super duper easy. You just want to make sure you get your recipes right. So for this, I ended up using a few things, which I'll tell you about now. All right, in case you're curious of what my recipe is, I'm going to try to make the ice cream. So I used about 3.5 cups of the Fairlife milk, and then I'm using a sugar-free vanilla pudding mixture. But here's the thing. In the directions, it says that it has to have a certain amount of sugar. So what I did was I added 2 big spoonfuls of sugar, and then I added 2 big spoonfuls of pure vanilla. The taste of it so far is really, really good. Here is the consistency. So it's still pudding-like, so I'm gonna add even more milk until it gets a bit more runny. According to my directions, that's what I have to do. So I'm gonna get this to a more liquidy texture that I want, and then I'm gonna put it into the machine. Okay, now I've got a more liquidy consistency, which is what I want. So now I'm gonna put it into the slushy machine. What this did was it ended up making more of a custard versus an actual ice cream. And I'm not surprised. Pudding does seem more custardy, and it's very, very good what we made out of it. A little sundae with custard, and it was fantastic, honestly. The taste was really, really good. But you do want to make sure that you read the instructions, especially with the sugar content, because that does matter with machines like this. And all of the instructions will tell you more about that. But there are hundreds and thousands of recipes online that you could look at. And for this one, I just wanted to try something super simple and see if I could get it to work. And it actually was really tasty. So I was very happy about that. The actual buttons themselves, very, very easy. You turn it on and you just press slush or frozen juice, milk frappe, ice cream, or spiked slush. You can also adjust the temperatures. You might find that it will stop and start, and it's just readjusting its temperature to make sure that it can continue to spin. You wanna also keep it always sitting on the counter upright like this. And of course, if you're going to be taking parts off to wash, make sure you unplug it before you do so. But otherwise, it could not be more fun. There's so many different uses for it. I mean, there literally is endless opportunities with this machine. But we're really excited about it. Obviously, my family loves cold treats, and this one, I mean, it could not have been easier. You just literally put in your ingredients into this part here, close the lid, turn it on, pick which one you want, and that's it. And it will continue to spin and spin and spin. If you want it to be a little bit warmer or a little bit colder, you just adjust the temperature and that's it. It was very, very simple to use. I liked it a lot. The machine I felt like worked flawlessly for us, and I'm very excited to continue to use it.